Yo, this makes me sick to my stomach. I'm pulling away from a landscape quote, and I just told a customer, no, I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm not interested in the work that you want to pay me to do. And I've been doing this quite a bit lately, so I'm gonna pull over so I can tell you why it's important to stick to your core services. That's the name of this video right now. And if you're listening on the Untrapped podcast, stick to your core services. Here's why. How many times have you gotten on a job or halfway through the job and you're saying, why in the hell did we take this job on? Well, of course, because you felt like you needed the money, or maybe you did need the money. And then in the middle of the job, you might also have a thought that says, I could have just done 1 or 2 or 3 of the jobs that we normally do and that we like to do, and could have made the same money without the stress. So stick to your core services. I get a lot of calls for lawn repair. It's where you got to go and remediate someone's lawn. Maybe you're going to power rake the whole lawn and get all the nasty thatch out of it, and then you want to go over and flag all the sprinkler heads before you do anything, and then aerate the lawn, core aeration, to pull all the plugs out so you can do deep water penetration so the roots can establish better. And get all the stuff out. Then you want to, we would go over it with a 50-50 blend of rich black topsoil with, it's called Michigan peat. It's like a peat moss, and it's very rich, nutritious, broken down type of compost. And we would put that over the top of the bare areas. And then I'd come in with 16 pounds of grass seed. I'd probably put like a ryegrass, help me in the comments, like a perennial ryegrass that comes up fast, and then a Kentucky bluegrass that will come in and take over and give the customer extra Kentucky bluegrass so they can seed it every couple weeks and keep seeding it. On top of that, maybe you're going to want to put a starter fertilizer and then a peat moss, and then even hay on top of that if it's really, really hot, to keep the birds away and the sun from beating on it. If it's like July or something, then give them watering instructions. And so if you're going to do all this for a customer, and now you got this time cycle for that grass to do well and stay on top of it, that's taking up bandwidth in your mind and in your emotions. Because so even as I talk about this, I'm like, now can you charge the customer extra money for emotional baggage that comes with the job? Or am I just insane for having any emotions at all? I did a landscape job for these clients. It was like $8,500 for the next 3 years. Every single time we were in the area, I would drive through their subdivision and sneak around and peek in their backyard, like from my car, not like a weird or anything, and look to see if those arborvitaes are doing good. And because when you plant arborvitaes, they can go into transplant shock for the first 2 years until the root ball, the roots grow these little capillary groups, they start drinking the water, and then they start establishing a healthy, established root system. Then they really take over and start growing good. And they're very temperamental at that point. You're going to make sure they get watered properly. You're going to make sure the planting depth was right. You're going to make sure you amended the soils. And so I can't give a warranty for plants because of that. And I just don't want to. You can if you want to. So does the emotional baggage make it worth it? What type of landscaper are you? So, 2020 was the year of intuition. Each year I have a different year, right? And then the next year was the year of saying no, and the next year is the year of abundance, and all these things. This is the year I promise I'm going to trust my gut and not go against it. And I've purposely gone against my gut before just to test if my gut was true, and it was always true. So when I get that gut feeling, this is not a good idea. There's 2 different types. There's a little bit of anticipation. That's like an excitement. That's a good challenge. But then there's just a straight up, nope, don't want to get myself into that. How much pain and suffering do you need? How many lessons do you want to learn? Ask God for wisdom. He will give you wisdom. All right, so this one I want to know in the comments below. Do you take on jobs that you hate doing because you feel like you need the money? Why are you doing this? Tell me the story in the comments about a job that you took on. And if you do take on the jobs that you don't like, make sure you charge accordingly. But most of all, where's your time best spent? So I've been turning down jobs lately, and it feels weird as hell. And I feel very icky telling a customer, walking around, giving them a quote and giving them You know, like, because there will be parts of the things that I do want to do, right? Like, yes, I do want to do this for $3,000, but I definitely don't want to do that for $3,000. And if it's a deal breaker where I'm going to get both or none, I'm not going to do it. If every rose has its thorn, and maybe you're going to do like a $5,000 job and there's this little $500 thing you don't want to do. So I was talking to my, I'm sure he won't mind if I say this part, because I don't like to share other people's businesses, but this is okay. My friend Eric Reno has a roofing company, and he's really, really doing a great job, and he's installing some really powerful systems into his business. And he said something to me on the phone, like, if you're going to get this really, really grand roofing job, but maybe the customer wants you to, like, you maybe fix like their fence posts while you're at it, you might say something like, I mean, yeah, I got a builder's license, we're construction guys, like, we could totally fix that fence. I mean, to get this big roofing job, yes. And so they would say yes to stuff like that, and that's like, good, that's the hustle right there. You're gonna like crush it and get this great job. He said, but once you really start to grow your business and those things start to add up, and now you get all these little odds and ends that you're running around fixing for customers that you don't specialize in, sometimes there's a point, you got to pick that point for you, is because it's like on a gradient where you just have to say, no, we can't do that. And normally the customer might just be like, oh, okay, we'll go find somebody else for that specific thing. So just because something feels risky to you and you want to mitigate the risk, and so you're afraid and you say yes, isn't always the case. It might be all in your head. You might just be in a scarcity mindset. If you just tell the customer, oh, no, I'm sorry, we don't offer that service. I could do all this for you, but I don't do brick repair, or I don't fix fences, or I don't do that. You gotta learn how to say no on those specific things. It'll make your life a lot easier, unless you want to learn some painful lessons. So anyways, I hope all is well for you. Hey, check this out. If you need help quoting jobs that are anywhere from the, you know, $3,500 up to 12, 15 grand, I got an entire course called the High Profit Landscape Maintenance Secrets course. It was called the Garden Bed Profit Accelerator. I'm coming up with a better name for this course because the name of it doesn't really matter that much, but it's an entire in-depth course where we're talking about the finances, the money, how to quote these jobs specifically. But, oh my God, I just had an idea. I'm just going raw here, right? I don't even care about all that right now. I have a free landscape series that I just put together. It's a free 3-video series. Wait, this is even better. Yeah, keithkalfas.com/landscaping series. I'll put a link in the description below. Look for that and click on that. It's an entire 3 free video series of getting your business off the ground into the next level, right? But then when you actually like do get all that free video series, it's going to put you on my email list. And then over the period of the next few days and the next few weeks, I'll let you know about that course I was going to tell you about. Cool deal? All right, click the link in the description below, and I'll see you on the inside. Peace. Because if you're having problems with quoting, right, and problems in getting the entire mindset of getting your business together, you're going to want to watch this free 3 series. Click the link in the description below. It will literally help you.